Hi guys, and welcome to my Doctor Who Season 11 Episode 2 review. So yes, last night we had the second episode of Jodie Whittaker's brand new season of Doctor Who, the new era of Doctor Who, Season 11, and The Ghost Monument it was called, and I've got to say, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was very good. An improvement on last week, I thought. I wasn't too big on the opener, even though it was a solid episode. The woman who fell to earth had a few problems here and there, which kind of stopped it from being a great opener for her. And yeah, it was a good, fast-paced plot, and I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was really, really good. Yeah, so let's get to it. Obviously, new titles. We got to see the new titles because for some reason we didn't get to see them in the first episode, which was quite baffling. But we got to see them in this episode, and I've got to say, I like them. Yeah, it's like a kind of a redone version of the classic Who, like all the folding lights that we got with the Patrick Troughton and William Hartnell, the first and second Doctor. It's kind of like a redone version of that, but all like modernised. And it's got like Jodie Whittaker. Oh, it looks really good. It is a bit rushed, I will say. The only thing I don't like about it is it was only like 30 seconds. It's quite short. I think it needs to be a little bit longer, but it's like Jodie Whittaker. Like you don't get enough time to look at the names, but it is good. And we go boom, it's like Ghost Monument. So yeah, I do like the new titles. Probably not the best we've had, but they're definitely good, very good. I think probably better than Capaldi's opening titles, but not up there with Smiths or Tennant's or like Eccleston's. But yeah, I like them definitely. So basically, yeah, it starts off, they're both stuck on these spaceships, both the Doctor and one of the other companions, and then the two other guys are on one of the spaceship, and they're crash landing. Basically, they got scooped up when they were in space. Now the ships have both been crash landed because they ran out of fuel. And they both crashed down on this planet with these two other people, and they all reunited, and then they find out that these two other people that the gang have hooked up with, they're on like this big intergalactic race, basically to win loads of credits. So the last thing they've both got to do is get across this planet to reach the Ghost Monument. So yeah, it's like and they're like the final two. So the Doctor and the companions have got to hitch along with them. But of course, what is the Ghost Monument? And we find out it's the new TARDIS. Yes, it's the TARDIS. It's waiting for her at the very end of the other end of the planet, which I thought was really good. So now they've both got a reason to get there. Jodie's like, oh, it's my TARDIS, my new TARDIS. It's waiting for me. So yeah, so basically what they do is. It's basically ever seen the film, the Scorch Trials, Maze Runner? It's kind of like that, basically, but they've got to get across this really dangerous planet to get to the TARDIS, basically, yeah, to win the prize, as the other two are trying to say. And yeah, it was a good, fast-paced plot, basically. It was just basically a big mission, as they're trying to get past all these dangers to get to the TARDIS. There's like robot guards, there's like dangerous water. Yeah, it was entertaining. I enjoyed it. The two guest actors who were in it, who played the competition. Like the competition finalists, I thought they were good. The woman, very good character development. I don't know how she lost the whole family. And the guy, he was just a dickhead, basically. I don't need anyone. He was a good character. I liked that. Jodie Whittaker was great. I thought she was really good in this episode. She's really growing on me now. I mean, I've got to say, I don't know her second episode, but I think she could be potentially on her way to be one of my favourite Doctors. I know we're only 2 episodes in, but wow, she's so good. She's got great energy, great diction with her lines. She just looks, I mean, she can turn from serious to funny in like a second. I love her. She's such a good Doctor. It's only her second episode and I'm already a big fan of hers. Companions, they've got some time to shine in this episode. What's his name? I can't remember the guy with dyspraxia. I've forgotten his name. There's this scene where he gets a gun. The Doctor's like, no guns. But no, he just runs out and shoots all the robots. He's like, ah! And they all get back up. And he's like, oh shit. And he just runs back in. Ah! That was so funny. The villains were a bit weak though, basically. Towards the end of the episode, we meet the villains because the planet has been like weaponized or something or been destroyed. So like there's no wildlife or anything. And there's like these talking, floating bits of cloth that just they're like hello. It's like, what? They're meant to be the bad guys? I didn't get that. And they surround the Doctor and the companions at the end, but then the Doctor like throws a cigar, burns them all. And yeah, that was the end of that. I was like, so yeah, I think that was the only downside really of the episode. And of course, at the end, the ending felt a bit rushed too. When they finally get to the tent, and they're like, oh, there's never been 2 winners. That's enough. But then they go, no, we want our money. We're coming to find you. So then he takes the 2 finalists, and they just vanish. And that was it. So the Doctor and the companions are just left on the planet. And they're like, okay, bye. That just felt a bit rushed. But yeah, and then the Doctor and the Granny's like, shit, what do we do now? But then here comes the TARDIS. She's like, yay! She zooms in, and yes, we get a new look. We get a look at the new TARDIS. And, well, I guess the outside's obviously been redone. So it's like a fresher coat of blue with like a black public call sign now. I like that. And as we go inside, I don't know. I'm very torn on this new TARDIS design. It's not bad. I don't hate it. But first impressions, I'm like, meh. Sorry. First impression, I was like, yeah, it's not great. I don't know. I feel like it's too dark. It's too yellow. Like it looks like a bee hive. It's like a yellow crystal where all the controls are, and there's like these weird spider legs all dotted around the console. It just looks a bit strange. It'll probably grow on me, but right now I probably think it's right at the bottom of all the TARDISes we've had. So my favourite TARDIS was probably the Matt Smith TARDIS we had in his first 2 seasons. Yeah, that's one of my favourite. The glass TARDIS. Then probably the TARDIS we have with Tennant and Eccleston. That was great. And then probably the Capaldi TARDIS and Smith's season 7 TARDIS as well. And then probably this. It'll grow on me, I'm sure. But right now I'm just like, it hasn't quite wowed me as much as the other TARDISes did. It just seems a bit meh. But that's just me personally. I liked it. It was a good episode, really good fast plot. Love the new titles. Jodie Whittaker and the companions were great. I loved the plot, basically. The new TARDIS, it was good, but not as good as the other TARDISes in my opinion, but maybe it'll grow on me. Only downsides I thought was the really weird villains. What was that? Can someone explain that to me? Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. And the kind of rushed ending to the plot was a bit okay. But apart from that, it was a really good episode. Really liked it. I was watching the whole episode with a big smile on my face. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where they go next week. Well, of course, with Rosa Parks, I believe. So that should be interesting. So yeah, I'm going to give this episode a B+. Yes. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week for the next episode. So, bye. Yeah, and I forgot to mention, what is with the new feature of the TARDIS where it dispenses custard creams? What?